Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. Merry 25th of December 2023. I hope you are enjoying your Christmas day, if it is Christmas day where you are. In Thailand it's a working day, it's just Monday. We don't have Christmas here, but anyway, Merry Christmas from my cat Joni and from possibly mice or other cats that are making a sound. I just abandoned the recording. I started to play this game a while back, almost finished it in fact, but I had to abandon it because my house has a kind of gap underneath it. Cats can get in there, and I think mice can as well. I know mice can get in there as well sometimes, and that's okay because they're under the house, right? So I don't really know anything about it, but they seem to be something is making a noise, and I tried to investigate what it was. It's some kind of cracking noise. I'm not sure what it is, but I couldn't find what it was. But I just had to abandon the game because it was driving me nuts, and I still haven't found the answer. So there still might be cracking sounds, but anyway. Of course, there will be no Guardian today, no Guardian puzzle on a Christmas day. The Guardian does not publish on Christmas Day. It never has in its whole history, I think. So we will be playing the New York Times puzzle as our first game of the day. And if and when any other puzzles come along, I'll be playing those too. I can hear that cracking again. It's really bugging me. Anyway, I shall try to ignore it. Now, I said this is going to be an easy game when the pencil marks go in, and I was proved to be correct because I played the game, and as soon as the pencil marks went in, it became much easier. But before pencil marks, there's a bit of a blind spot for me. So I'm going to play the game again, and I'm going to use pencil marks, and I'm going to use pencil marks from the beginning, from the outset, because I will need them, and I'll just show you what. I'll just go through the game, go through the numbers one by one, and I'll show you what can be done with pencil marks. Okay, we've got ones in those squares there. Twos, not sure, threes. Let's do this stuff like this first of all. We have 4 blocking across here, and down there, so we'll get a 4 in that square there. We'll have a pair of 4s down there later, which you'll find will be useful. We've got 4s like this, so there's our 4, and then we've got 4s down here like this, giving us 4s in those squares and 4s here. 5s then, 5 blocking up here and across here, so we'll have a pair of 5s there, and we'll get 5s down there. 6s, we have 6s across and up there, so there's our pair of 6s. We also have 6 blocking up here and up here like this, which will put a pair of 6s there, and 6 across here and across here like so, so there's a pair of 6s. 7s blocking across here and across here like this, which will give us 7s in those squares there. We also have 7 blocking up here, so there's our 7s, and then 7s up like so, which puts 7 up there. We have 8s down here, so I told you that would be useful, those 4s, because now we've got a pair of 4 and 8. So if you jumped over the start, I should warn you, this is not my first attempt at this game. I did actually complete it, or just about, or almost complete it, and then stopped recording. If you're wondering why I'm playing the game like this, which is not how I normally play it, the live aspect of it has gone already. Now we've got 8 blocking down here, so we've got a pair of 4 and 8. So if you'll notice, we've got a pair of 4 and 8 in these squares here. Has to be 4, 8 there, has to be 4, 8 there. So this 4 definitely can't be true any longer. We'll remove it. Where were we? 8s. We've got 8 blocking up here and 8 across there, which puts 8 into those squares there, and then the 9s, we should have 9s somewhere across the top there, and 9 blocking down here, and we know this is 4 and 8, so the 9 must fit into that square. Oops, wrong thing selected. There we go. 9 fits into that square there. Now our 9 blocks across here and 9 blocks down here, so we know that's a pair of 9s there, and that will give us 9s in those squares. Right, now we've got our pair of 4 and 8 here, so we know these have to be 1, 2 and 5, so we got 1s in these squares here. Now how does that affect things? Not that much. 2s are in these squares here. Okay, and then 5s are somewhere there. And over here we've got 4 and 8. So when our 3 comes down here, we're going to have 3s in these squares here, which will give us a pair of 3s up there. Right, now we know that this is 4 and 8 here. And the numbers that are left in these squares here are 2, 5, 7 and 9. 2, 5, 7 and 9, because we have a pair of 4 and 8. Now we've got 2, 5 and 9 here, so we know that is where the 7 is. This cannot be 7. Okay. And is there anything else before we go further? Can't remember now. But this was basically how I began before, but I did this without pencil marks. I'm going to, since I needed to put pencil marks in, like I say, I'm going to show you from the beginning. Is there anything else that we can do before we go on? I think probably not. No, okay, so it's looking alright. So let's go ahead and finish off the pencil marks. So this block is done. This block over here, 1, 2 blocks across here, so we get 2s in those squares. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 blocks across here, so we get 9 in those squares there. Now in this block here, 1, 2, 3 blocks down here like this, so we have 3s there. 4 is done. 5, what do we know? 5 blocks down here, so we have 5s in those squares. 6, 7 and 9 done. We don't have 8. Do we know anything about 8? No, we don't, except that we know 8 can't be here because of our 4, 8 pair. So 8 can go in those squares like that. And let's just go up. We've got 2 blocking up here, and so 2s are possible there. 3s blocking like this, so 3s go there. 5 blocks like this, so 5 is in those squares. 7 blocks up here, and so 7 is there. 8 and 9 are done. This then is our 2, because all of the candidates are in that block now, so now we can get rid of these 2s, and we will also have a pair of 2s up there. Now missing digits in this block over here is 1, 2, 7, 9. And we've got 7s in those squares there. We've got 2 and 9, or 2, 9 and 7, all attacking this square. So we know that's going to be a 1. Then we have 1s across here and across here with 1 blocking up. That puts a 1 in that square there. Now we have 1 blocking up here and up here like that. So that's going to be our digit 1. Then 1 across here, 1 across here, and 1 in one of these 2 squares blocking up there, which will put the 1 there. Now we can see that's the only 8 left, and that will give us a pair of 8s now in those squares. And what else can we do? Oh yeah, this one. Let's just go through and see if there's any more useful stuff that we can do quickly. Well, we have 2 blocking up here, and we have 2 blocking this square and this square, so we can say now that there's a pair of 2s in those squares there. We also have 2 blocking up here and 2 across there, so we know that's a pair of 2s. And so the 2 blocking across here will give us 2s in those squares. 3s. 3 blocks up here, so that's a pair of 3s. Nothing to do on 4s yet. 5 blocks across here and 5 blocks up there, so 5 is in one of these 2 squares, meaning this can't be a 5, so we can remove it, and then we know that the 5 must be in that square there. And now, since we had a pair of 2s in those squares only, we now know that that is our 2, and that's going to put this 2 out of action. And now we have pointing 2s up here, so this 2 can't be true. That will be our 2 that we must place here. Now the missing digit here is a 9, and so we know that these 9s are no longer true, which makes this 5, and this a 2, and this a 6, and this has to be a 3, and this will be our 9. So that must be 9 up there, and this will not be 9. And this also will not be 9, but this must be. We've got a 2 here. This then will be 5, because remember the bottom shoot here is all done. So this is our 1. This has to be a 1 here, and we shall get rid of those candidate ones if we click the right button. Right, what's left to be done now? Let's see, what do we know about the 2s? Anything much? Still no change in the 4s. Ah, that's the 2 there, sorry. Six blocks up here, so that's a pair of 6s. So since that's a pair of 6 and 7, this has to be a 3, doesn't it? And then 3 blocking across here and there means that that's a pair of 3s up there. Something I'm missing. Okay, 3s here. We have to get rid of those 3s. That's our 3 there. This can't be 3 now. Okay, let's just put in the rest of the candidates then. So 2 blocks across here, or 2 blocks up there, I should say. So 2s go there. All of the others are done. 3s are done everywhere. 4s are done everywhere. 5s, 5 blocks across here. So 5 is still possible there. 6 blocks up here. And so still possible in those squares. 7 blocks up here, 7 blocks up here, so 7 in those squares, and 7 blocks up here, so 7 there, and 7 in those squares there. We have a pair of, oh no we don't, take that back, take that back. Obviously I didn't play the game like this last time, it was completely different. Absolutely, completely different last time when I played it. And I've come up with a different way of, the finishing looks completely different as well. There's nothing like this before. But we've got a pair of 6 and 8 here now, so this has got to be 4. Which means that's our 8 and this is our 4. And that's our 8 and this is our 4. And we have 5 here, so there's the 8, there's the 5. That must be 5 there. 7 in that square, 5 over there. 5 there. Shall we do it of removals? What have I got to take away? Something I haven't done. 7, there's an 8 there then. 6 in that square, 8 in that square. Let's get rid of those 8s. This is the only place for a 6 now. And let's get rid of those 6s up there as well. And here's a 7. 2, 7, 3. 6, 7, 2, 7. Get rid of those 7s. 3 here, so that's our 9. There's our 3. Our 9 here gives us 7 there and 9 there, so that's our puzzle finished for Monday the 25th of December. And as I said, Merry Christmas. If you're the kind of person who has Christmas, I hope you are enjoying yourself. Take care. Bye bye.